In real estate, the value of land, and in this case, there was an old service station here on the property. And historically, it was actually a gas station. And then it became this wasn't a Jiffy Lube, it was local mom and pops, like service station, oil changes, brakes, whatever, so that useful life had ended because it's an acre here in a developing part of Mill Creek. The zoning. So the first thing, the land is only worth what you can put on it. Mm-hmm. And in order to know what you can put on land or how you can develop it, you need to understand the local zoning, mm-hmm. ordinances and zoning code. So for example, if this area was zoned agricultural land for an acre in Mill Creek, it would be worth a fraction of the value versus if it was zoned for what we have here, which is commercial. It was like the CU zone, so commercial, but you could also put multifamily or residential.
Mixed use zone, yeah.
Mixed use zone. Mm-hmm. So what that allowed us to do after doing our, basic analysis and talking with the city is based on the current zoning, it would allow us to change what historically had been a service station into 20 townhomes. So the land was worth more because of what you could put on it. Mm-hmm. It's worth less based on what you could put on it. And zoning, the local zoning dictates that. So that's where the zoning is so important. And so this was already zoned to allow for that, right? Mm-hmm. There are cases where if it's not zoned the way you want, you can petition or apply for what's called a rezone. Those are not typically as easy to do. And so a lot of times developers, if it's already zoned, that's a great shortcut, I guess, because then what that means is the city has dictated certain requirements that if the developer adheres to, really, in a way, there's nothing any neighbors or the community can do to stop that because it's already in the plan for the city.
Right.
That is what could be on there. Now, this could have stayed a service station for 50 more years. Mm. But there was an opportunity for the seller because they knew that they'd get more value out of their property with somebody knowing that there's a more dense, there's a higher yield that could happen on the land versus just a service station.